Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jax and this is my van build, and in this video I'm going to be installing the gray water tank and all of the plumbing associated with that. So what we got here is a 30-gallon gray water tank. That's what I'm going to use it for. Now this is one of two 30-gallon tanks that I have on board. This particular tank is a different shape than the freshwater tank was, and that is specifically done for a reason. I wanted a low profile, thin, so I can install it up underneath the truck and have little interference with various things that might be under there, clearance wise. What's nice about this particular tank also is the fact that it's got this little drop down here, so most of the fluid that'll be in here that might be left over after draining is going to be very, very minimal. So one of the neat products that I picked up was this Heppo trap. Now this will replace a traditional trap under the sink or the shower, and this particular trap can be used both horizontally and vertically as is. Now it has a little bit of a flapper inside of here that only allows fluid to travel one way. Not sure if you can see the inside of that, but when water flows through towards the camera, then that opens up and then it won't allow water to go back into it, so it serves as a trap. So that's going to be pretty handy for low profile, and up underneath the truck for the shower, and then in the sink, under the sink for the sink drain. Okay, so this is underneath the vehicle where I'm going to install the gray water tank. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fasten the strut material directly onto the tubing, the 2-inch tubing, in 3 locations, at least 3 locations. And I'll use that to hang the gray water tank at a particular elevation that works best for my application. This will keep it up out of the harm's way and protected under here, and should serve pretty nicely. Now the rest of the plumbing for the shower, we're going to come along this bulkhead here. That'll be from the shower drain and then connect into the holding tank. And the sink drain should come down through here somewhere. I haven't located that exactly, but that's essentially the plan. So that's kind of where I've got to start, is get that located where that needs to go, and then I can set up exactly where I want my tank fore and aft on the vehicle to set and hang. Okay, so here's the mounting setup as it stands right now. So we got three support sets. These ones here are going to get tech screwed right to the subframe of the van body. There's 2-inch tubing underneath there, so this will 4 locations. They'll be screwed up there, and then the grip strut's going to sandwich the top and bottom of the tank. Then I've got some spacers here that I'm gonna glue onto the tank with some adhesive, and then we can push these in tight because these are adjustable here back and forth a little bit. We've got a little bit of play here in the hole, so we can squeeze them nice and tight. So that'll keep, there'll be pressure squeezing onto the tank in 3 spots, and then it'll be snug and bug and located fore and aft, so it shouldn't slide this way, definitely won't slide that way, and up and down will be locked in by the nuts. Now I've got the top very connection here with red Loctite. That's the permanent Loctite. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the blue Loctite on all of the other fasteners. Once I get it in place and organized where it needs to go, then I'll Loctite all those so that the nuts won't loosen up either. And this here will be pretty darn strong. So I've got some help today. So we're going to try to accomplish this gray water system together. So who are you and how do you know me?
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm Jax's nephew, and I know him because he's my uncle.
And so what do you think about this project?
I think it's great. I was able to see a lot of this stuff before you guys because my uncle comes and sees me for events and stuff, and he brought it and was very proud on how much he's got done. So, but it's really cool to be on YouTube and see the progress through the video camera's eyes rather than what I've seen at the end, you know, to where it is right at this moment.
So what do you expect to accomplish today?
We're gonna be putting up the gray matter.
Gray matter?
Yep. We're gonna
gray water.
We're gonna gray water. Yeah. We're gonna be putting the tank up and trying to do some plumbing from the shower and the sink.
Perfect. This one in the middle. Are you going the right way? No. You know what I was thinking?
Did you take a measured cut each time you did this? So
Yeah.
you know exactly what to do the next ones?
Yeah, 12 inches from the washer to the end of the rod. Here. Let me. Oh, I gotta cut the other two. Yeah.
You
So
want me to put these in?
yeah, if you want to throw the rest of the screw in, yeah, just cut those other ones. Yeah. Okay. Was it off that side? Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you what, let's swap it out. Give me that block. Okay, hang on a second. I gotta get my other arm up. Dang it, there we go. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so after some couple of fit-ups and some much debate, I decided to run these upper brackets up all the way. We still have plenty of space, headroom for our plumbing, but we had some clearance issues in this area. So by raising up the tank a little bit, we should be able to clear that. But these are our top tank supports, and tank will go in next, and then there'll be another strut underneath that locks that all together, and we should be good. It's nice and solid, so yeah, shouldn't go anywhere. Be careful we get these in line with those rods, or we're gonna rip those boards off. Okay, you happy?
We have to come back your way and then go my way.
Okay.
There we go. do one. The other thing we forgot to do is bring the other boards.
What board?
Could have stuck them up right now.
Oh. We gotta get this one first, right? I can't see the there we go.
This spot gets wet.
It's loose. What you need? A lid? Right here. Loose too. You gotta loosen this one back off again and top that up just a fuzz. Well, I didn't tighten it that much. I'm old. Alright, so we got some plumbing under here. The shower drain is right there, and then it goes into the trap, and then we've got this over here into a 90, which is going to run along perpendicular along the truck. It's going to go to the other side where the tank is. So that's that much of it, nice and tidy. This coat hanger is just temporarily holding it in place while we get things measured out, lined up. But otherwise, looking pretty good. All right, so we got the basic layout of how this plumbing is going to work. This is going to go screw into the tank, and then this is a coupler to be able to allow us to remove the tank if we need to without removing the plumbing. This is going to spin around. This is going to go to the sink that's inside. And then this T comes from the shower from the other side of the truck. So, and then of course this is the drain for the sink that'll go on top. All right, awesome. So with the help of my nephew Chris, we got the gray water tank installed underneath the truck. It's all mounted up there nice and solid with the strut material and the threaded rod. We got the plumbing ran from the shower over to the other side of the truck, and as well as the drain for the sink down and connected to the tank. So all that's left now is the drain assembly. How am I going to take the gray water out of the tank? And so that's this step right here. Now what I've gone and done is I've ordered this gate valve, and this gate valve is it's an 1.5 inch size, so it's smaller than a standard 3-inch gate valve, and it's cable operated so that I can mount this somewhere that I don't have to crawl under the truck to actually release and empty this the tank. So what this gate valve didn't come with was the actual fittings for each side here to make the connection. So I went ahead and ordered a PVC glue fitting, 2-inch, or 1.5 rather, 1.5 glue fitting, and then I ordered an 1.5 threaded fitting. However, what they sent was the 3-inch version of the threaded fitting that I need. Now, I double checked my order because, in fact, the 1.5 and the 3-inch have the same partner with a different subcategory or sub tag to it. So they saw the part number and grabbed the 3-inch and sent them to me. So I'm still waiting for the right fitting to show up, and this will actually screw or thread into the tank, and then the valve, and then the glue fitting, and then from there we're going to connect to a threaded fitting. Now the reason why I want to do a threaded fitting is just in case I want to clean the tank out, or apply a different type of a system on the end of this, I have the ability to thread something else on here without making significant change to what's already mounted. So this will get threaded on to there. So there'll be a short piece, and then this flange for the gate valve. And then I've got a bushing to bring this down to a 3/4 inch PVC, and then that'll go into there. And then I've got another threaded, I guess you'd call, I don't know, this is a threaded cap or whatever you want to call this here piece. And then the magic is right here. So this is a quick disconnect for a garden hose. Now the cool thing about this is I'll be able to leave this connected and swivel this and have the hose already connected onto here. My goal is to sort of cut a hatch in the side of the van, and then I'll be able to reach in and grab the hose and pull it out and put it in the in an area where I can drain it, and then go ahead and pull the gate valve open and allow this to drain. Now this is going to take a little while for it to drain. Obviously it's not a very big opening, but that's the system that I've decided to go with. And then the cool thing after that is then I can just simply take this hose and stuff it back in through that that little hatch and stow it under the truck, and still allow this to spin and pivot as needed to get the hose inside. Now storage under the truck, what I'm going to do is I've got this electrical conduit. And so what I'm going to do under the truck is I'm going to connect this to another length of conduit there, not quite that long, but however long I decide to run the hose, maybe 6-7 feet long maybe, and I'll be able to put that hose in here, and this will be the storage. So pulling it out, you'll just be able to pull that hose right out of the access hole and then into the drain, and then once you go back, it'll just get pushed back into this electrical conduit, and it'll be its own storage. So it'll be pretty slick. All right, so I was thinking that I could use this hatch. I bought this earlier for something. I didn't turn out using it. Now, based on rough location of where this hatch will need to go is somewhere in here, but because of the curvature of the body, I don't think this is really gonna suit very well, and if I torque it down when tying it down, I'll never get that threaded in there. So I might have to come up with a different hatch solution. I might just have to cut the body out into a door and maybe look at that as a possibility. I have to see, but at any rate, underneath here is, if we look at the tank itself, this gate valve will get mounted there, and then this kit that I got assembled here will get mounted on the other end of it. So if I can get this camera set up in such a way that I can see what the heck I'm doing. Okay, so again, we got the gate valve is going to go here, and then this kit that I got fitted up is going to go on the end of it. Now this is a swivel, mind you. This is a quick disconnect, so that this section can come unhooked quickly. And the reason I went with a quick disconnect is because it can swivel freely. So now the garden hose that I'm going to use to drain this system is going to attach to there, and I've got this electrical conduit just sort of kind of eyeballed in here, depending upon where I'm going to need it, I'll have this electrical conduit set up in a fashion where I can take this garden hose and put it inside of the electrical conduit as a way of storing it. And then when I need to drain the tank, I just reach in, I grab it, and I pull it out of the conduit, and there you have it. Should work out pretty slick. All right, so this is the third time that I've ordered this part. The first time I ordered it, they shipped me the wrong size. Reached out, they sent me another part, which was the exact same part they sent me in the first place, which was the wrong size. This part is ordered from a different supplier, so I'm hoping that it's the right part according to the item's description, but I'm not overly confident that that's the case. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up right here on the video. It's the wrong size. Okay, so I'm trying to finish up the plumbing for the gray water tank, and I'm kind of stuck here at this gate valve. Now, I ordered this gate valve not knowing it didn't come with the flanges that are on for either side for connecting this gate valve to your system. Now, what I wanted was a flange fitting like this, but threaded, so that I could thread it into the tank, and then this would be mounted on directly onto there, so it would be really nice and tidy to the tank. Unfortunately, what I got sent was the 3-inch version of the fitting that I need. Now, I tried to get them to send me another one, which they did, but again, they sent me a 3-inch just like it. So I got a refund for that company, and I tried a different company, and lo and behold, they sent me a 3-inch fitting too. I've discovered that I believe that the fitting has been mislabeled by the manufacturer. The UPC code, the barcode on here is specifically for the 1.5-inch version of this, but this part is actually the 3-inch version, obviously. The manufacturer is aware. I reached out to them. They're looking into it, but I'm kind of sort of out of time with what I want to get this done and accomplished. I've already waited over 2 weeks for this particular part so that I can finish this project up. So what I've chosen to do is plan B, and I went ahead and I ordered the glue fitting of this flange, because I've already ordered one already, which is on the outlet side of the gate valve, and I'm going to go ahead and use the 3 pieces to create the one that I really wanted. Now, this isn't necessarily ideal because I did want this gate valve nice and tight to the tank, but unfortunately we're going to have some space here. Now, this is going to squeeze together quite a bit more. I've just got it barely poked in there just to show you what it looks like. So this is going to thread into the tank, and then the gate valve connects onto here like this. And then the other side of the gate valve is this fitting here as well. Let's see here. Well, why isn't that going in there? There we go. And then that goes in there like that. And then a garden hose is going to connect to this piece here, which is going to be the drain. So I'll be able to use the garden hose to put in an appropriate receptacle for gray water. So that's the plan. And now I've just got to implement it. that'll be our storage. Be able to reach under there and pull that out of there and push it back in there. With the installation of the gate valve and the outlet plumbing, this concludes the installation process of the gray water system. Pretty happy it's done. I've been waiting a couple of weeks for that one fitting to get here, and it still hasn't arrived. The manufacturer has sent one out to me, but I went ahead with a Plan B solution and went ahead and installed that so that I could move on to the next phase of the build. So I do appreciate you coming and checking this video out. If you like, please like and subscribe. And if you consider supporting my journey here, be sure to check out my Patreon below. So thank you very much. We'll see you next week where we get started on some of the electrical.